Boston, for the last time, our stage is set. From a field of 16 teams, we've narrowed it down to our Elite Two. Only one team can stand alone and raise that trophy. It's time to crown our last major champion of the season. On one side, the reigning champs are long overdue for a return to glory. But France's new heroes of the swarm have Boston buzzing. Your main event is finally here. Team BDS, Team Vitality, fire up and let's roll!
Two teams, two countries, one ever important trophy. I am Stumpy, with the greatest honor of my life to be alongside Cole, here in Boston for one of the greatest, most monumental series we will ever see.
You say two countries, and one of the key ones is the good old US of A as Radosin almost gets Vitality off to a blistering start. Alpha does, the new home team is smashing it already.
Alpha does as Alpha does, and after being stabbed by Radosin, he's gonna score in 5 seconds. Normally they get time to do a bit of an intro, have a little conversation, have a chat, work into it. I'm doing great, mate. This crowd is outstanding. They're clearly doing well, and Vitality, after literally the greatest start they could ask for.
I mean, what I was going to say is that I did not expect Team Vitality, the Frenchest team that ever French, to be adopted by a North American crowd, but their coach Farah has an astounding work, making it so that they are the North American representatives, and what a start they've had. As it goes towards Zen now in the corner. He gets into the ceiling. He's slowly but surely bubbling to the surface this event. Monkey Moon suppresses him for now and chases it down. What a turnaround for Monkey Moon.
Yeah, Monkey Moon, I mean, he was great at the start of the competition too, but he has been sitting pretty at the top of every single leaderboard near enough. He is up there in score, in saves. His rating has been monumental. And that has been the difference maker over on BDS. An MVP-worthy performance so far, but the grand final, that's where everything is going to be able to shift. The first minute, still wearing the battle wound of that goal in 5 seconds. And BDS, an early chase, but we've seen what they can do from these positions.
Oh, lovely touch from Radosin, who's had his fair share of shaky moments so far to get to this point, but it is the sign of a champion to be able to step up and keep on improving, keep on fighting. Monkey Moon, he's a fighter. Goes into the center, and Radosin is the player that charges it down. Then Rise just prodded it forward and it falls to Zen. Rise as well. Could you have a better pickup for Team BDS?
This team looking reborn with him, making sure that he wasn't just going to settle for making majors and maybe compete to get into those top 8s over and over again. No, this man is a verified champion. And BDS have adopted him alongside Monkey Moon and Seiko. That team has been running riot throughout Europe. The number 2 seed coming into this competition, but they want to leave it as Europe's number 1.
Radosin takes control of that ball. He's looking more and more at home on the stage with every passing second. So is Zen. The double touch was met by Monkey Moon. You can tell how aware BDS are every time Zen gets the ball, but they were almost caught wrong-footed there.
We're seeing a good few pinches come in too. I think a lot of these teams are realizing they're sending 2, 3 players to every single play. You get a pinch down and you are shutting down any kind of strong offense. A good pass onto that back ball. See Seiko have to stretch. Kisses the ceiling and Zen is going to punt it straight back in.
It's a fast start for these two. It's an exhausting day of Rocket League, in particular for Team Vitality, who survived a Game 7 earlier on against their old rivals Carmine Corp. Seiko's chasing down. Radosin can't quite get it. It was Zen winning that race against Monkey Moon. For a second, I thought BDS were in, but not to be. Zen charges it down yet again. Radosin, he arrives up against Seiko, a man who mechanically has really gone back to his best in recent times.
Yeah, Seiko's made sure that I think when he and Monkey Moon, alongside Extra at the time, were having a couple of dud results, they weren't particularly impressive. He wanted to make sure he was grinding and showing that he was still that mechanical phenom that we have known him to be. And some of the goals he's been producing has put him, again, I'm going to say this about every player, an MVP-worthy performance realistically.
And finally, for Team BDS, Monkey Moon. Capable of making himself the 3-time with a huge redirect there. It might even set up Seiko. Seiko goes high. Rise is still there, waiting and lingering, seeing if he can turn this one into an attack. It is Seiko that has to do some work, though. Takes 12 boosts. Monkey Moon says, get back to the fence. We've got some work to do.
Chance now for Alpha to fake out one. Does go low, but Monkey Moon, again, the man in defense, making sure to allow Zen in! And Zen capitalizing off the bump in the net from Alpha.
So simple for Team Vitality. It was just Alpha, as he's rotating out, sends Rise away, opens things up. And the North American team, as we'll call them, go 2-0 up.
I love referring to Vitality as the home team at this point. Both flags are red, white, and blue. Close enough. You got to take it. And Alpha taking another shot towards the target. Seiko charging in front, making sure that he's not going to get another freebie. 90 seconds remain. Radosin drops it low, and BDS, the 2 goals in game number 1. They're going to try and fight as hard as they can to reduce that deficit.
These two played yesterday, and despite being 4-1 for Team BDS overall, it was pretty tight. A few overtimes involved in that. Splattering of thrashings for Team BDS against Vitality, but for the most part, a near fight.
I'd also say that, for me personally, BDS, they were just a better team. Vitality, they had so many errors on them. There were mistakes made over and over again. When you saw them going to the lower bracket versus Gen G, and Gen G, they were like a rabbit thrown to the wolves. Radosin, he makes it 3.
It's exactly what Team Vitality need as well. Radosin is the player who, I'm sure he won't be surprised to hear me say, has been their weakest performer in these last couple of days.
He's had a couple of wobblies.
But his energy at the moment, though, in the series that they've just been winning, he is looking so alive. The Radosin chair bounce is becoming iconic.
I mean, you can't fault him whatsoever for the energy in the middle, because that's the thing that you need, especially if you have a particularly good game. And Radosin, despite that, the grand finalists so far for Vitality, they have been utterly astonishing. And 3-0 in game number 1 against a team that outclassed them yesterday. It's a really good statement for them to make.
It's also a show that their energy is still there. The reserves haven't been depleted quite yet. They're coming in, they're forcing pinches. Everything's falling for them at the moment. Monkey Moon sends it as wide as he can. This game looking done and dusted. Vitality almost a quarter of their way to the bracket reset, the thing they're working so hard to force.
Bear in mind, Vitality coming from that lowers, they need to win 2 series in a row. So important. Both teams have 2 lives. Every team does in this competition. Vitality out there stolen away from them by BDS previously. And game number 1 is the first step on that journey. They take it at a 3-0. And BDS looked strong yesterday, but against a team that is amping up this beautiful Bostonian crowd, you've got to feel bad when you're against the cheers.
All the ingredients are here for a long and epic evening of the RLCS. We have Team BDS, who looked undroppable, unstoppable, and untoppable yesterday and today. And then Vitality, this resurgent swarm of bumblebees, growing up, building themselves back up to what we've seen from them online. I'm glad that we're seeing the real Vitality, that's all I'll say.
I like how you're going with bumblebees, not like hornets or another cool type of insect like that.
Bumblebees are cool.
Bumblebees are sweet, but they're not scary. That depends who you ask. Mobile One High Performance Replay is going to be showing us these 3 goals that shut down BDS in the first. And BDS, their results through this competition have been outstanding. The teams that they have played are no slouches. Gen G, beaten. Rule 1, beaten. Vitality, beaten. And then Carmine Corp in 7, beaten. That has been their journey to the grand finals. Vitality starting off even stronger. Cool, Cole.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello, everyone. Hi, everybody. We good?
Hey, we all good? Having a good time?
Look at this. I love this shot. I love this crowd. Having people behind us. You can't ask for too much more, except for the Rocket League to go all the way. And what we've seen so far is that there's every chance that that is going to happen. 1-0 to Team Vitality. Game 2 begins.
And that game number 2 is going to be important for BDS to start off strong. Instead, though, it's Radosin beating the record in game number 1. Scrap 5, make it 2 seconds.
Rise, a man who's been on the other side of a bracket reset last spring in London against Falcons. He and his Moist team managed to reset it and go all the way.
And he then reset it previously in spring when he was back on Queso against G2 last year. This man loves a bracket reset and just does not want to be on the other end of it.
Exactly, he loves one normally, he won't today, but it might be happening. Rise, he is charged down by Alpha, manages to get the ball clear. That's what Team BDS need to do at the moment, just send it forwards, loft it any way they can. Stop Vitality coming forwards, because look at the connections they're making. Fortunately for Team BDS, Radosin wasn't quite up. Zen can go again though, he can recycle. Monkey Moon should be able to get this one away. It's Vitality continuing to start so much stronger.
And up to control from Vitality too, they need to make sure that when they're playing, they aren't using all their reserves in this first series. You need to buy yourself a second series and then be able to compete at this level. We see Fatigue shut some teams down. A miscoming from Monkey Moon, sees it sent long. And Alpha gets cut down by Radosin, passes towards Zen, that right-hand side, being a battleground for Vitality right now. Radosin going for Monkey Moon. Making contact with the ball. No threat so far. Rise finds Seiko. The net is there! But just wide of the top corner.
They were being sunk every single time in previous series. Just a sign that BDS land nerves are back. As Zen pushes that one away as quickly as he can. Now he gets the musty flick towards Alpha. Alpha connects. Monkey Moon into the center. Radosin gets Vitality going.
What a pre-jump from Seiko. Finds Rise, a tap down, but that ambition from BDS is going to set them apart.
Here's Monkey Moon, going to get the floor pinch? No, because it's charged down by Alpha. And then Seiko gets what we'll generously call a fake. But Zenny's coming in, making the most of it. Rise, charged down again by Radosin. How slow a Vitality making Team BDS team.
With such quick shots as well, making sure that when these nets are open, they are taking their chances. Zen sends a slow roller. Rise privy to it, doesn't allow it to fly in. Now Zen trying to go for a side will redirect, not a chance for him on that opportunity.
In games like this, in series like this, that's where teams like BDS turn to Rise. He is the player that can slow the game down, get that boost, allow his teammates to get back into their rotational positions. He's going to have his game sense absolutely fine-tuned in the rest of this series.
2 minutes to lapse. Vitality still with this important lead. A demo on Zen, the prodigy, sent to the graveyard. Monkey Moon is up with the redirect, finds the corner, but nothing's come from it. Past Central again. BDS beginning to galvanize on offense.
But who was there, though? It was Zen. He's also searching for some swats. Wants to get his opponents out of the way in front of him. Now Alpha charges down the low 50. He stays for the full. Seiko to the side. Anyone from Vitality going to be following this one up? Not on this occasion, but they defend so deeply, Stumpy, that when BDS clear it long, there's always someone back.
You know, the defense of BDS has been something that has shut down many, many teams, getting those 1, 2, 3 goal leads and then turtling in the back. Nearly a close one, finding its way in. 2 minutes now, elapsing here on Forbidden Temple. The midfield is found by Seiko. A tap onward. Monkey Moon is alone in the sky. Alpha meets him, does not shut him down, but Zen is able to do so with a counter-attack now. Vitality on the prowl.
Seiko, great charge down. This might be the equalizer. It's totally open. BDS back in it.
The pew-pews that we love to see from Seiko have been using that since it came out, as far as I'm aware. And just to have it erupt in game number 2. And the leveling goal. BDS, they draw it back versus Vitality. It's grand finals looking like it's going to be split by an absolute hair.
I'm not actually sure it does say pew-pew, by the way. I saw a boom, a pop, and a bang. I'll have to watch back in the replay and see.
But that's it in French. It actually says pew-pew in English.
Ah, I see. Monkey Moon. He gets a decent touch into the corner, but it's bumped away. He's bumped away from the ball, unfortunately for him. Now Seiko is beaten. Rise is up. That's his first touch. It's okay. The second one, though, is charged down. Alpha around the corner. Vitality having the more incisive hits towards the Team BDS goal. Zenny's there. He gets the flip reset. Alpha's waiting in the middle, hovering and hoping that Zen can somehow get it to him. I mean, if anyone can, it's going to be Zen. These attacks from Team Vitality just seem to have no ending. Team BDS have to start defending Zen. He takes the touch, puts it to the side.
This corner has been a playground for Zen so far this competition, but nothing can come from it on that chance. A miss from Radosin leaves it open for Alpha to dive in. Radosin again with the miss, instead forgoes it and goes for the man. Alpha Central, that's to nobody, and now BDS can push on a long counter. Radosin in that corner has to be strong, is strong. Stronger than Rise as well. Under a minute, next goal, potentially golden.
So many chances for Team Vitality, an absolute barrage of offense. That was going to come into the center. Radosin almost thinks it. Rise saves.
Radosin's shooting has been somewhat questionable. Definitely his team saves. And BDS are thankful for it on that opportunity too. But a pass central from Rise finds Zen, not on that team power. He went to the other French one. Corner not found. Now Rise gets removed from the pitch. A shot, a save. Monkey Moon.
Team BDS, desperation. Seiko, though, charges it down. This could be the moment that they need. Alpha, though, he was so aware. He's charging it. Radosin's in the middle. Can Radosin get the touch? He fakes it out, but Monkey Moon saves.
But a side flick from Zen sees a long shot from Seiko. It's on target. It's wide of target.
I thought that was in. I thought for all the while that was game over. Team Vitality continue to live a charmed life. Seiko into the center one more time. Radosin says no. And we have the first overtime of the series.
Vital one for BDS to win this, to draw it level, just 2 more for either team. Vitality, though, they're half of the amount they need to win. A drop down from the ceiling from Seiko. Alpha now high, but only 30 boost. Rise will shut him down on that push. Zen back corner with 100, then picks up the other 100, booms it to absolutely nobody, however. 20 seconds have gone, and it's been BDS pushing. Seiko to shoot, it's long, it's good!
All of a sudden, Team Vitality found themselves just that wee bit lost. It allowed Team BDS to strike, and suddenly their energy is back. A team that can drop in their minds and drop in their confidence. They need these moments, and when they have them, they can certainly punish.
3 more for either side, but Vitality looking forward to that bracket reset. They're going to need another 4 after they have won those 3. BDS, much simpler. Get 3 now, and you lift the beautiful Swarovski RLCS trophy.
The question I asked, though,
yes,
was that game plan from Team BDS replicable? They defended so deeply that it was dogged, but the defending, it just wasn't, you know, it wasn't progressive defending. They were always camped back in their own half. Will it work again to play with that playstyle against Vitality?
I mean, counterattacks have been pretty strong so far in this competition. I mean, Vitality has scored literally once off one of those kickoffs. That's the counterattack, and then the oh-so-important counterattack that BDS won with. Again, it seems to have worked so far, and it's definitely an avenue that BDS is going to try to exploit, because you see how much Vitality dive into a lot of these plays. Redosin especially, he makes sure to get involved as often as he can. But applause ringing from the audience, I'm assuming, for Vitality here, if Ferrer has done his job right.
I mean, we got CJ and T-Base in the center. I think it's for everyone. I think it's for Rocket League. The cheers come out because we know that a long and winding series awaits us of the highest possible quality, and it's only going to get better as Game 3 commences.
Both teams drawn level yet again. And Vitality looking like those counterattacks from BDS are the order of the day. Can they shut it down? Can they make sure the kitchen is closed for them? Because if that feast continues, there's no more that they can do.
Be careful, Vitality. You've overcommitted a couple of times before in the previous game, and for a second, it looked like the same mistakes may have been occurring. Seiko, though, he's charged down by Zen. Alpha wants to keep up the pace and does so. Charges down Rise. Monkey Moon sends it to Zen. Alpha's in the middle, but he's not going to be found this time. Instead, it's Zen to Redosin. He's got the boost to play with. He's got the flip reset almost. Alpha coming in. That was going to land for Rise.
Wanted to find Seiko, instead just finds himself, which is great, and a side flip then sees Zen push down the midfield, but now Zen, there's one defender that he wants. He wasn't there in the end, but just moving down, stealing boost, may well set up this continued prolonged attack for Vitality.
The series seems to be continuing in the same shape, with Team Vitality with the possession, having the ball territory, having all 3 of them going for the same ball, which isn't ideal. They need to scatter and scamper incredibly quickly, or else Team BDS should be able to counter, but it worked out for Vitality, but they couldn't get the goal.
Monkey Moon is just that good. 0 boost, a misplay, still jumps off the post and can secure it. Still 0 boost, and making Vitality sweat and work. Then up for that double touch off the corner. Redosin can't quite tap it in, and now Rise on that fabled counter-attack.
The chasms of space that every Zen touch opens, though, fear me as far as Team BDS go, but that's not the best touch there from Alpha. Redosin does what he can. He has to do it again, pushing it out forwards as it can go. Alpha up against Rise. There's a fake. Zen waits his time. He's got no boost. Sends it wide.
0 boost doesn't seem to have been too much of an issue in this game, seeing as Monkey Moon and Zen have dealt with it absolutely fine, but the boost advantage right now very much in favor of Vitality. Seiko with 1 challenge, Zen gets it central. Redosin can't get that any further than the corner this ball seems to be buried in. Lovely touchdown, but Rise is the one to intercept it and then send away. Demos, bumps, Vitality begin to light BDS on fire.
Redosin's going to keep it going. Alpha's there, waiting for the ball. Zen is arriving too with the snapshot. Monkey Moon was alert to it. Alpha, he recycles yet again. Team Vitality just cannot be bypassed in the center. Seiko's clearance goes to 2 of them. Both of them reading everything Team BDS are doing. The double commit almost, the triple commit almost worked last time. Maybe the double is the one that does. Then to the backboard, it's actually the steal. He can do anything he wants, but he just can't put the ball in the net. And Team BDS escape.
Into the corner again, this ball being pushed so well, so effectively by either defense. Monkey Moon weakly central, and so can be cleared away quite easily by Alpha 54. Rise again to find, but Zen from the backboard is the man to it. Low on boost. He's going to continue being a menace, but Monkey Moon works his way through. 50 boost for Redosin, but a ball beat by Monkey. 2 minutes gone, and we've seen how these nil-nils go.
At the moment, it seems to be Team Vitality with air dominance
Devo?
and Team BDS wanting to keep it low. Right now, it is high. Alpha to the backboard, Rise. He got across quickly. Zen keeps it alive yet again. Rise now does take to the skies, but Radosin beats his opponent. Monkey can't get there. Zen with the finish.
He's just that good! From Radosin to Zen, back corner, Monkey Moon is confounded. Can't find the touch. Vitality, a vital lead. 146.
Pixel, perfection there from Zen. The kickoff ain't bad either. Just didn't have the boost, even with the wave dash. Alpha charges Rise down. Seiko booms it. Seiko continues. Seiko shoots.
Oh!
And Seiko finishes.
Yet again, brilliance from BDS. Seiko, one to the ceiling, onto the crossbar. Make it 3, son.
Not long left. In game 3, an important goal coming right up. The next one to score it. May all become favorites in this entire series, and straight from the kickoff, it could be Team BDS. Alpha stuck it in Monkey Moon, then bypassed him, and Zen has all the time and space in the world to play with an entire Nebula, and he uses each and every opportunity. He gets the reset, and he takes the lead back.
One touch, no touch. Ground touch, floor. Gorgeous movement. Vitality throwing shadows and mirrors, smoke and dust. And sending BDS to chase yet another goal.
Can they do it again? The last kickoff went the way of Vitality. This one maybe tips that seesaw.
And tell you what, those kickoffs have been so strong for Vitality. Over and over again, those close cheats have worked out. Even if a goal doesn't come from it, they're getting that ever-important possession.
Zen, the flip reset yet again. Rise just does anything to suppress him. It's barely going to be enough because Radosin almost had a chance for a clean hit.
But talk of the, it's shutting any of these players down.
So fast.
Monkey Moon made sure removes Zen. He is going to be the catalyst for so many of these players. Rise! A ceiling pinch, but who is back? Of course, it's Zen.
That's a great way, though, to clear lines. If you Rise, use the ceiling. Radosin does the same. Stake off against Alpha. Alpha, does he have support? No, he doesn't, so it's just Rise sending it long. But Zen, he's already coming in. He knew exactly where Rise was putting it. It's perfection from him. Seiko, though, gets on the end of Monkey Moon's pass. There's another touch. Seiko, both posts, Monkey Moon, both players.
Zen again. One long shot. Alpha just wants to get rid. Final 20 seconds. Counts down. Vitality in this game 3 has still got the lead. It's going to be another. Alpha 54, the Vitality veteran, makes it 3.
He is the ceiling demon at the moment. He won the Carmine Corp series from the top of the pitch, and he may well have just won game 3 in potentially the first series of the grand finals.
15 seconds and BDS with every one that removes itself from the clock. They're going to be scared. It's going to get nervy. May well be yet another goal as well. Oh, it will be. It's 4. It's game 4 as well, as 3 is taken by the Bees.
Team Vitality finishing with a flourish. You can't ask for too much more than this. Over here in the grand finals, and for me, the key difference between them today and yesterday when they did struggle is the smiles in between goals, the jokes, the laughter, the joviality, if that's a word. I don't even know, but if there is, Team Vitality sure have it.
And even just with issues that go on, even if there's an own goal, if it ever comes to that, you want them to fist bump, you want them to move on. You want them to make sure that they are still friends, that they are able to get through any of the hardships that they face them in these series. But Vitality...
Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday to the guy in the crowd.
Hey.
But Vitality taking game number 3, moving us on to number 4. Still having just a brilliant time.
I think everyone is, apart from right now, Team BDS, and this is where they can struggle. Yeah. It's where they've bombed out of tournaments before. It's where they've lost series. They couldn't possibly anticipate themselves losing as the USA flags are waved loud and proud by Team Vitality. The crowd reacts, and BDS will feel that the whole world right now is against them.
The Americans saying their 3 favorite letters.
Which ones?
Not BDS. As BDS take their timeout. Number 1 high 4 and 3 play shows the exact reasons why they are taking that timeout as well. Because going down 2 is a great time to take it in one of these series. They now have an extra 60 seconds to figure out what it is that they need to do to break through that yellow mist in front of them.
It's crazy as well, because these are an opponents that, despite all the hype they've had built up for them coming into this event, they were outclassing yesterday. As you mentioned, even though the games were close, it was Team BDS in complete control. It was Team Vitality being forced to make the mistakes.
And the crowd chanting for a bracket reset. They want more Rocket League. The night is still young here in Boston. Another series would do us quite well, even if it goes to all 14 games and the 2 best-of-7s.
I'm down.
I think we'd all be so extremely happy. Yeah. BDS, they want to make sure that in this timeout, they are extending the opportunity.
Oh! Good Lord.
Tearing up his Monkey Moon sign.
No way.
Brutal.
The affiliation to Team Vitality, well and truly complete.
He's a paid actor by Ferrer, clearly. Clearly.
No, I think that's just the effect that Ferrer has on everybody. I mean, we've all been wowed over by him. Yeah. His interviews, you know, give that man the mic and just let him cook.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Subi, you're out of job, pal.
Yeah, well, on the other side, in the other mic, it's Mew. And he'll be telling his team something is fundamentally wrong.
If he can stay it over all of this noise, 108 decibels on that chance. Guys, you're going to have a couple more of them, I'm sure, throughout this series. Game number 4. We find ourselves in the Coliseum. Do Vitality earn themselves series point?
An early flip reset for Monkey Moon would have been just lovely for Team BDS, and Seiko, I think, needed Rise to get that touch. As far as I can tell, he'd misread it. He has to get back and read it correctly. Team BDS, they're struggling so much. Vitality get their lead back.
An early, confident lead yet again. 5 seconds, 2 seconds, now 14. And you see Radosid sitting in the center of the cameras, cheering up the crowd. Good Lord, Vitality there become the home favorites out of absolutely nowhere.
Is there anything more painful than taking a timeout, convincing yourself, we're getting right back into this one, and conceding straight away after? They can still fix it. Seiko's causing all sorts of chaos right now. Rise, the agent of chaos, he flies up. The dose is intercepted. Monkey Moon there on that sidewall. Alpha, the pace of him to get there. And then look at them swarm. Here is Alpha again. Look at Zen go. Searching for Rise, but can't quite find him.
The selflessness from Zen today has been phenomenal. In the series prior as well, versus KC, there was a chance for him to get a goal and it would have maybe ended up in the 50 or something a little bit dodgier. Instead, he just lets it go. Lets Alpha fly in. He just bumped the defender. And he has been doing that since his absolute inception.
This format as well, of its bracket resets and its second lives, utterly exhausting, especially added to the fact as Alpha goes up and gets his flip reset and wants to go under Monkey Moon. But Team Vitality have now tied the most ever overtimes at a single LAN with 15, and they're fighting through that to perfection.
Unbelievable. Minute and a half elapsed and Vitality with yet another early lead. Monkey Moon can clear it away back into that corner, but the Vitality Bees, they swarm around. Radosin can't quite get the dunk on Seiko. Alpha waits in his own corner, tips it back, finds Zen, finds Alpha, finds backboard, finds Radosin. They find glory!
The Bees in the Hive, all working to perfection. For themselves, it's Radosin. He's on the end of Alpha's pass. A more pure team goal you will rarely see at any level.
The biggest definition as well of a counter-attack that you will see. You want a shot on target? Cool, we're just going to be passing it, bip, 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 all the way back up the pitch. No problem. Vitality, that second goal, instrumental. Alpha challenging versus Monkey Moon, trying to make it 3. And we see, again, just Vitality. They want to push, they want to continue. They have got complete domination on their minds.
But it can always backfire. The game that Team BDS got was from a couple of counter-attack goals. Vitality overcommits. I'll be nervous of doing the same thing again. Not anymore, they won't at 3 up.
Make it a bump, make it a team play, make it whatever you want, but this dunk is going to be the 3rd for Vitality. 3 minutes remaining. Dare we use the word romp? Do they romp home from this point?
We are approaching romp territory.
It's quite romping.
It's almost romp-worthy, but not quite there yet, I dare say. Especially with Team BDS having something to say about it themselves. Monkey Moon in the air is met by Radosin. And then Rise wants to pass to Seiko, but he's used all of his boost to get literally nowhere. He flicks it, but Alpha has the pace on him. He tries to get it forwards, but it's not happening. It falls to Zen. That's the last thing you want in these circumstances. No. He takes it to the ceiling, and he almost makes it 4.
trying to create beauty from this chaos that they are raining down on BDS. BDS needs to try and bring back 3. Seiko's going to be the man to push up a little bit further. Nothing from him on that chance. Monkey Moon dives in, as does Seiko, but snuck through. It is 4 for Vitality.
They just make it look so easy. It's not the cleanest strike you'll ever see, but Monkey Moon needs to take it back. It's beautiful placement, and it's all been earned from the rotations, the bumps, the teamwork before.
I'd hazard to add that Vitality also haven't taken a timeout in this series. They get 1 per if they earn the bracket reset. They don't stack up. It's not like holiday pay. You can't get that holiday leave. Can't use it in for the next tax year. No. You got to be spending it as soon as you get it. Zen stays airborne. Alpha sees a little bit ambitious, young one. Let's make sure that I come in and help you out. Monkey Moon nice and low with 2 minutes remaining. Seiko early on this push bounces high. Rise up to be the man to it. He is. Finds nobody apart from yet more orange clouds on the other side.
And then check out the pace of Alpha. All the way from one side to the other, the ball along the floors. Then he's chain dashing around the corner. Even if it won't get the ball, it will just freak Team BDS out that little bit more. And yes, I will say it, the romp continues to get the pace. Zen might be able to finish with a flourish. Here comes Redosin, saved by Rise. But to what ends Alpha goes again. Zen's turn now is the flip reset, a double, a triple, more touches. No goal at the end of it.
That defense from BDS is stellar. Every shot threatening, every shot scary. Rise shoots wide on his chance, however. A minute remaining, it's 4 to chase, which may well be just 1 too many hurdles.
Team Vitality pushing to the very end, not letting Team BDS gather their thoughts. Rise follows it up, Zen is actually
good demo!
This might be a very important goal in the context of this tournament.
And a spectacular demo as well. 1 player removed. Zen can't get the touch either. Now the lead is just 3. BDS battling hard, making sure they don't go down without a fight in the Coliseum.
All eyes to the kickoff. Is it good for BDS? It's well lost towards Seiko. He follows it to the ceiling, gets the flip reset. Redosin gets cartable fast as well.
The speed of Zen to beat Rise there, who was in a brilliant position. Beats him by about 2 car lengths.
Seiko up against Alpha. BDS. Credit to them, they are keeping this one going to the very end. Not going to leave anything on this pitch in Utopia. Seiko, can he get this one in time up against Alpha? I mean, it's going to be a game loss, but every little bit of positivity Team BDS can scrap and scrape together could be massive, not if they can see the 5th. Rise, more good defense.
Final 10 seconds is going to be complete garbage time. Vitality find themselves. Series point. Bracket reset on the line, and glory awaiting.
Romp, that's it, that goal there. That is the Romp goal, 5-1. 4 goals the difference again, just when BDS were getting their own little flame of momentum. It's not just snuffed out, there's dirt kicked all over it. Vitality letting BDS have nothing.
BDS thus far extinguished in the first series. 3-1 in our first series. But BDS have fought back before. They are not a team that goes down without a fight. And Mew is a World Championship winning coach alongside 2 of his World Championship winning players for a reason. Rise, a major champion, has been successful in 4 of 6 that he has attended. Grand finals in a huge number. 4 of 6 grand finals Rise attended in lands that he's qualified for in the RLCS.
Not to mention the fact that despite the crowd ringing out the words bracket reset, Team BDS have already won on Game 7 today. They took it all the way to Champions Field, quelling a KC comeback, and then won 7-3. Rise, the OG icy-veined warrior. If he can drag his team there, there's nothing to say that Vitality will certainly get their win. But, you know, let's see what the crowd think.
Are we getting a bracket reset? Probably.
Yeah, that
feels pretty good.
It's pretty likely.
Yeah,
By the
not
way,
bad.
is your voice okay? That was
Let's not mention it.
All right, cool. So, we move on to the next game.
Please do.
And this is likely that Team Vitality, on their current performance, are going to be able to take this first series. When Monkey Moon is on the pitch, when Rise is there, and when Seiko is cooking like the way he is in this event, nothing is certain until they're over the finish line. Seiko, he shoots. The start of the BDS need is almost there. Monkey Moon now, racing with Alpha. Seiko again, he's getting all sorts of involved, and that's what BDS need.
30 seconds and BDS are looking and well and truly alive. Opportunity for them to get an early goal would shut down all of these early goals that Vitality have seemed to earn for themselves. Shocking amount in the first 30 seconds for them. But one mistouch up high from Monkey Moon, and with 0 boost he's left with, he can't get the second. Seiko has to come in as a supporting character.
Radosin, could he get the doink? No, he went for the backflip instead. Alpha towards the middle. Monkey Moon there out wide, so neither team really able to have complete control of the ball at the moment. Understandable in these high-pressure situations. But I would say, Stumpy, Team BDS have just upped their pace a little bit. And lovely fakes like that from Rise is what he does almost best in the world. Oh! He gets it to Seiko. The Rise show is back on.
Spectacular 50. Rise, a quick turn, fakes 2, goes low, knows that Seiko is central.
A moment of silence for Zen's ankles as well, because they will be in pain for the next few days.
I love Seiko's positioning. Trust Rise implicitly to get that one central. The 3v2 and BDS come out on top. One of the rare leads we've seen for BDS in this series as well. Scoring that first goal, Seiko moves Radosin, then gets the ball touch, drops it to Monkey Moon. Intercepted by Alpha on that chance, but BDS, they are alive and kicking and their hearts are beating.
Suddenly looking like the BDS we've seen throughout this tournament. Their run in the upper bracket's been sublime. Their performance so far has been second best. Rise is awakening though. Monkey Moon, he's going to follow this one up. Seiko searching for the bump. He might even get the ball. He puts it on target, but Zen's there.
Alpha to the skies, faces off versus Rise. Midfield sees Radosin shoot, but Seiko to save. 2 minutes near enough elapsed. Vitality, they need to make sure to earn this bracket reset. They don't want it to go to 7 because my word will they be tired. After being dropped to the lowest previously, they have played more series today than BDS have. And that stamina, we have seen it really bite teams coming from the lowers.
Pushing on right now, for Team BDS is paramount. Do not want to sit on this 1-goal lead. Have to make a statement to slow Team Vitality down. There is then Mr. Team Vitality in the corner. Alpha tries to help him out, but both get bypassed by Seiko. Radosin's there. Can he defend the Musty? Not quite. Actually, he does in the end. Alpha misses, though. Monkey Moon thought for a second he could get there, but Vitality survived.
Nice touch from Radosin. Just sends it on a little bit more, but they need something else. A bit more magic, some spark coming from any of the 3 players. Radosin to receive, goes high, but again meets Rise. A shot from Seiko is on target. The dunk unsuccessful, but the BDS pressure squeezing Vitality like a vice, and the low boost Radosin can't beat Rise to that one.
Closing their grip right now, Team BDS. Exactly what we want from them. Monkey Moon. Oh no, they've both been met by Zen. Rise was back, he had rotated. I wondered if he was out in front searching for bumps. Could have been Calamitous. Instead though, he gets it all the way in from absolutely nothing.
Rise, the different maker. Catches one. Sees Alpha's going to try and challenge him if he goes for a flick and sends it to the opposite corner with Pixel Perfect. The placement is great. The 2-0 lead for BDS is even better.
The man who joined Team BDS to win World Championships is showcasing that confidence right now. He has the ability to turn things around. Yeah. He is the one that they turn to when they are in desperate need.
Minute 40, Vitality in one of their rare opportunities where they need to be chasing 2 goals.
They did it earlier.
They did
in game 7 against Carmine Corp. They were 2 goals down at this point.
Very true. With a minute left, actually. Yeah, they had less time, and then they managed to win it then before. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see if history can repeat itself. Alpha tries to maybe rush it forward. Still 90 seconds left. And Radosin nipping in. That's what Zen did earlier to tee up Alpha for that equalizer. Maybe flashes of that moment will be going in their minds. Alpha to the corner. Monkey Moon gets there. Seiko, the first touch is good enough, and he follows it through as well. He sees the goal in front of him with a Zen-shaped car in between it. Leaves it to Monkey Moon, and Monkey Moon leaves nothing.
Zen with a misflip allows Monkey Moon's shot to find its way in. He was in position, he had the chance, and he side flips. He can't make the contact, the front flip saves it. He puts his head in his hands, immediately told by Ferro. You see him move behind him on the cameras. Ferro's like, bro, you're good. Don't worry. We've built up this buffer for a reason.
But the buffer is being broken into More and more, the wall may be falling for Team Vitality, or at least the first brick of it. Seiko pushes it forward. Radosin's in the air, leaves it for Alpha, who's coming in. Zen now into the corner. Rise is there. Seiko's already up as well. Seiko's pace has just improved dramatically. Rise the difference maker. All of Team BDS purring.
Utter confidence. Seiko deserves to be confident. Everyone BDS deserves to be confident. In this turnaround game, sure, they didn't get it after their timeout immediately, but they've got it a little bit delayed. 25 seconds, 3 to chase for Vitality. Looking more and more unlikely, but the series remains alive. Game 6. It's going to be vital yet again. Vitality on that series point, trying to desperately earn the bracket reset.
And I'll tell you what as well, Stumpy, 3-2 feels a lot less comfortable than 3-1 in a best of 7. When you have that 3-game buffer, you feel invincible, like nothing can topple you as soon as your opponents get the next, especially at 3-0.
Yeah.
Just the first chink in the armor starts to reveal itself.
Definitely nervy times, Vitality, because they've also not been in this position many times before. Normally when they go through and up in a series, I would hazard to bet that they then win it out. They win it out with a 4-1. They don't normally have teams continue to fight so effectively against them. That was not a scrappy 1-0. That was a turnaround from BDS to get a convincing 3-0.
I admire the direct bait. I'm sure we'll get our answer to that very question fairly soon.
Get it figured out, yeah.
And there is going to be a Team Vitality timeout. Well timed, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I said earlier, they've not used it just yet. It's a very good time to do so. You lose 2. Even if you then see that you don't win it immediately, you've then still got another buffer game where you're going to be able to turn it around yet again. This is where coaches earn their money. This is where Ferrer makes sure that he can turn around his team and continue them on the right trajectory.
The new Captain America, Ferrer.
And BDS on the side of Mew, keeping the calm nerves rolling, making sure that Seiko, Rise, and Monkey Moon, they are confident, they are happy. Birthday to you. And BDS's chances get more and more impressive, more and more likely that they shut this down before the bracket reset from Vitality is earned.
There's also a case to be made that if you're Team Vitality in particular, you don't want to overthink right now. You're already running on fumes. The energy that they've expended just to be here is insurmountable almost. You know, you just have to take a breather almost and just remember to play your Rocket League, relax, and how good you've been in this series. Take this time as a breather, if nothing else.
You see Radosin on the end, making sure that he stays calm. Doesn't think too much about the gorgeous trophy that they're all playing for that is shining directly in front of myself and Cold. You can see us behind it. Oh, look at that. That's brilliant. That's well good. That's what they're trying to play for. It's in between them. They can see it glinting in the corner of their eye. Neo Tokyo, map number 6. This is where Vitality continue their travel to the bracket reset. It's where BDS can shut them down. Where will we go? Does it all end here?
Seiko's going to do his best, his absolute best, to ensure that's not the case. Desperate for that Champions Field, Vitality would like nothing less right now than to see us travel there. Zen, he gets a clean touch. Seiko meets him, but Seiko's touch is only as far as Radosin. That should be one. You can hear it from the crowd, it is one.
The double demo, removing 2/3 of BDS, and the long shot from Radosin will handily find its way in. Vitality, they continue their theatrics in just 23 seconds. The lead is theirs.
It was almost a response from the first couple of games where Team BDS got their goals through counter-attack.
Pass.
Alpha, he gets that one there, but Seiko's just on the floor. Radosin's being chased down. Oh, brilliant there to avoid Monkey Moon and make it to the challenge when Zenwoods.
Radosin stays high in the air as well on that challenge. Doesn't want to go back down, because that's where he's much more bumpable. Little bit of miscommunication on the goal line, but Zen still flicking it around too with 0 boost. He's going to struggle, especially with Rise chasing him. Radosin, again, also on 0. Nobody on the pitch really having too much boost. So not much offense or defense will be taking place. Rise with a pretty awkward bump from him. Zen pinches that one central. Alpha 54 is beginning to be a bloodhound. He's chasing down BDS in the back lines.
It's something BDS switched up themselves in the previous game. Vitality focusing more on the demo game. Getting in their opponent's faces, not giving them anything. Here's Zen. Wanting to strip it all from them. Radosin's already up, but Monkey Moon just keeps it away from him. And to the ceiling with it. Seiko pushes it forward. Zen's underneath. He's flat-footed. Rice is going to beat him, but he's still going to find Zen between himself and the goal until Alpha gets the flip reset down the other end. He catches it! Oh! How was that saved?
Monkey Moon is how it was saved. Shepherded to the corner. Brilliant movement. A long shot from Seiko forces Radosin to be awkward. But that man is outstanding. Saves it away. Seiko again on the chance. Zen to challenge. Pinches back into that blue corner. 2 minutes elapsed. Vitality, the verge of the bracket reset looming on their minds.
Oh, Radosin, he's got Zen in front of him. He's got pre-jump goals like this. He can certainly score them from the floor. It was almost an assist. Alpha now. Round the corner from him. Seiko, can he avoid the dunk? He does. Good defending from both teams so far in awkward little moments as Radosin's taken out.
Alpha's found himself in such good positions multiple times, but he burns so much boost to get there. Yes, it gets him in those positions, but then he can't carry it on or at least pass it down convincingly to a teammate. But the push is coming in from him. They are making BDS sweat. Radosin backboard, Monkey Moon to receive. Alpha now, his opportunity. With Rise, sends it back into the corner.
Just keep an eye on how regularly Team Vitality are having clean hits in front of the Team BDS net. The last thing they'd want, but they do get one back almost. Radosin's got work to do here.
Wide.
Pushes it into the center. Zen was already aware of it. Now he can lead a one-man counter.
Zen.
Now the cavalry arrive. Alpha's there. Alpha puts it wide. Radosin first touch is over. Alpha wants to get the second. Can't quite do it.
2 minutes ticking down, and Vitality, my word, are they coming alive. Radosin with the big punt towards the midfield, but shut down by Monkey Moon. Alpha, his opportunity to get it clear. Try and find Radosin in that corner. That goes central. That finds Zen to the backboard, but Zen shut down yet again. Over and over by Rise.
BDS plan number one, cover that backboard.
And plan number two, for Vitality, find Zen with the ball.
Here he is. He's got the ball, he's got the boost, he's got Seiko in his way, he's almost got the dunk. Now Radosin has to scuttle across the pitch. Knows that Monkey Moon's going to get this ball under his control, knows he's going to continue it. They're teaming up to put the ball in the net, but it's not happening.
It's the 2v1, and still Radosin comes out stronger. That's a long shot. Up is Alpha.
No, he's missed it though.
It's an awkward angle. I can't blame him, but you'd love to see the second for Vitality fans. Zen is up high with one reset. Seiko shuts him down.
Rise's turn. End to end, the true epitome of it. Rise almost caresses it into the back of the net, but Radosin gets it forwards again for Vitality.
Final minute, Vitality, the verge of the bracket reset, right ahead of them. One shot long, Zen again, Alpha the next, but Monkey Moon to save.
The time will feel like it's forever for Vitality as Seiko goes to the skies. He wants to get the dunk on Alpha, he does, it falls to Rise. Zen stays tall.
Final 35, Alpha taking his time with zero boost. What else can he do? Monkey Moon back corner, but the boost stolen away from him leaves Zen to then dunk that final defender. It's opportunity after opportunity. BDS, they can't fight back.
It almost feels inevitable. There is a goal in this game to someone. Will it be Team BDS that take the equalizer, or Vitality that double up their lead, steal this series, take us back for the bracket reset? We're 10 seconds off now.
Final 5 opportunities. Another save for Vitality. It's a long shot. It's on target.
They've done it.
It's a bracket reset.
All of our dreams come true at once, and it's on the end of Radosin's car. He held his nerve in the scariest of circumstances. The series is over. The game is over. They'll take the kickoff. It means nothing. All they can do now, Stumpy, is think about what's yet to come.
They immediately move from their chairs, headsets off, game faces on, making sure they continue to hype up this crowd.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
They've become favourites.